My castle? What has happened?
Ooh, I can tell you what happened.
What?
Ooh, I know what happened to your castle. I saw it all. Yes, I did.
You did? Well then, what happened?
Ooh, it was the powerful and evil wizard Mordak who did it. Ooh, I just happened to be visiting with an old friend when I saw him materialize out of thin air. Thank goodness he didn't notice me.
Don't stop now, go on.
He conjured up a terrible whirlwind that swirled faster and faster around the castle. With another incantation, Mordak then caused the wind to draw the castle up into the sky and out of sight. Ooh, it was something to see, all right.
Why? Why would this wizard, Mordak, want my castle? What could he have against me and my family?
That I don't know. Ooh, I only know that it was Mordak who took your castle and your family. Well, perhaps I can help you. My employer also happens to be a wizard, which is why I recognized Mordak. Ooh, unlike Mordak, though, my employer is a very good wizard. His name is Crispin Arthur, but we all call him Crispin for short. The only problem is, you see... Woo-hoo-hoo! Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. The only problem is that Crispin is getting on in years and tends to be a bit forgetful.
I don't know. This doesn't sound as if it would work.
Oh, sure it would. Crispin is a very qualified wizard, one of the best. He just gets a little forgetful now and again, that's all. Now, where is it? Oh, I know I brought it with me. Aha! Here it is.
What is that?
Well, it is my opinion that you don't stand a chance against the likes of Mordak. Ooh, excuse me for saying, Your Majesty, but you don't have a choice. You must come with me. I'm sure Crispin can help you.
What is that stuff?
Ooh, just some old leftover fairy dust I've been carrying around. Ooh, it'll help you to fly. You can follow me to the land of Serenia, where Crispin and I live. It's much too far to walk, you know. Ooh, I think the fairy dust is still good. Come on, up here! Follow me! There it is, down here. Come on.
Okay, here I come.
Looks like the fairy dust just wore off.
Cedric? Where have you been? I've been calling for you. Well, well, what have we here? A bit clumsy, are you? Well, come on in the house and dry off. No sense sitting around like a wet dog. Cedric, go into the house and pour each of us a nice hot cup of tea.
Oh, aye, aye, Crispin.
The Society of Wizards has always taken a dim view of Mordak and his abuse of his power. Why, he's even been put on suspension a few times. It never seems to do any good, though.
Crispin, why would Mordak want to take my family or castle? What did we ever do to him?
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that. Mordak is a very unpredictable wizard. I've never understood that evil mind of his.
Oh, I thought perhaps you could help His Majesty, Crispin. That's why I brought him here.
Well, let me see now. I used to be a very powerful wizard at one time, you know, but I've gotten a little rusty lately.
A little rusty?
That's quite enough from you, Cedric.
Oh, yes, sir, Crispin, sir.
I don't know what I have that would be of much use to you. Most of my wizard stuff is pretty old and worn out. But let's see what I can find. That won't do. That's all used up. It might work. Here, eat this.
What is that?
That's an old piece of magical white snake I had left over from last year. With it, you'll be able to communicate with the natural and animal world. You could find that quite helpful. Here's my old wand. I don't even know if it works anymore. Most of its power may be gone. You should know that wands are like pets. They've got to get to know you before they'll work for you. Just treat it with care and respect, and hopefully it will do something for you. You'd better get going, my boy. No telling what that confounded Mordak could be up to. You go with him, Cedric. Show him the way.
Oh, me?
Yes, you. Don't be such a coward. Now go on. You'd better get started.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate all you've done for me.
I suggest we visit the town first. How about it, Your Majesty?
Please don't call me Your Majesty, Cedric. It's much too formal. I'd like it if you'd just call me Graham.
Oh, I'd be delighted to, Graham. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yes, the town. You might be able to find some supplies there. It's just over a little hill to the south, not too far.
Well then, let's be on our way, Cedric.
Impatiently, Cedric waits for Graham. Having other things on his mind, Cedric doesn't appear to be in the mood to talk right now.
Don't be wasting your time coming in here. Young man, I've done all I can for you. Now it's up to you. Well, anyway, I'm not going to be here for a little while. There's an emergency I have to attend to in a neighboring land. I'll try to keep an eye out for you, but this is something you and Cedric are going to have to do yourselves. I wish you the best, King Graham.
I appreciate all you've done, Crispin. I'll be on my way now.
A small well is located near the cottage. Curious, Graham gazes down into Crispin's well, but sees nothing of interest. A small cellar door is located under the house.
Ooh, don't bother with the cellar door. There's nothing there. Besides, it's locked. Graham, watch out! A poisonous snake!
A worn dirt... A worn... A large, venomous snake blocks Graham's passage to the east.
Do you really? Have you previously played King? This icon brings up the control panel.
A small... The wide dirt path ends at a crude warning sign. An old hollow log lies in a small clearing before the gloomy forest. The old log doesn't look interesting enough to bother with.
Ooh, no!
Come on, Cedric.
Go! Thank goodness, Graham. Ooh, I didn't know if I'd ever see you again.
A graceful weeping willow tree grows beside a small pond created from her tears. In her branch-like arms she clutches a beautiful harp as a child would a cherished toy.
Miss Willow?
Yes?
You can talk?
Why, of course I can. What did you expect?
Well, I've never seen a talking tree before. What's wrong?
Everything's wrong, can't you tell? I'm not really a tree. I'm really a princess. You see, my fiancé and I were walking through this wood when a nasty old witch came along and was instantly charmed by my handsome prince. When he naturally refused her advances, she jealously banished him to a faraway land and turned me into a tree. Then she stole my heart.
Stole your heart?
Yes, she turned my heart to gold and took it away with her. The only way I can become human again is to have my heart brought back. Now, all I have to cheer me up is my harp. It's quite magical, you know. It plays the sweetest music you've ever heard. Now please, leave me alone in my sorrow.
The old wand doesn't seem to have any vitality left in it. The old wand doesn't seem to have any vitality left in it. A lovely little pond surrounds the base of a beautiful weeping willow tree.
What's wrong, Graham?
That's salt water. Ugh.
Ooh, keep your eye on the gypsies, Graham. I don't trust them.
Within the gypsy encampment, Graham notices a tall, burly man who keeps a suspicious eye on him and Cedric. The sullen man doesn't appear to be the conversational sort. Obviously, the man wouldn't tolerate Graham taking his supper. A gypsy wagon is encamped here at the edge of the woods. On the side of the wagon, the words "Fortune Teller" have been painted.
It will cost you 1 gold coin to see Madamushka.
The sullen man doesn't appear to be the conversational sort.
Well, there you are. I was just starting to get concerned.
A colony of large ants parade up and down a huge anthill built amid some scrubby bushes.
Don't.
Ooh, stay away from those bees.
Graham notices a large stick lying on the ground near the old tree. Graham bends down and picks up the large stick from the ground. It appears to be an average stick of wood. It would... A large haystack dominates the area in front of the barn. Carefully, Graham searches through the haystack, but doesn't see anything of importance. Graham can see an unbreakable padlock on the barn door. The side door is locked.
Ooh, I'll wait for you out here.
Gentlemen, please excuse me. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Diana's full, ain't...
Hey, boss! This guy looks like a real troublemaker. What do you want me to do with him?
Rub him out.
Struggle as he might, Graham could not escape his bonds. Don't worry, Graham. Graham.
You know that... Diana...
Hey, boss! This guy looks like a real troublemaker. What do you want me to do with him?
Rub him out.
Struggle as he might, Graham could not escape his bonds. Don't worry, Graham.
And how is your poor dear mother doing, William?
Oh, she hasn't been doing too well lately. But my brother and I help out whenever we can. Thanks for asking, Amanda.
Austin, keep your fingers out of that pie. The pies look lovely. I think I'll take one.
Yes, they were just made fresh this morning. Here you go.
Yes, this will be a fine dessert for our dinner tonight. Let's go home, Austin.
Here's the last of the pies.
Welcome to our bakehouse, traveler. Of course, all of our wares are wonderful, but today we've got a special on custard pies. Just 1 silver coin each, but take your time. Let me know when you're ready.
Everything looks so delicious, it's hard to decide what to buy.
Everybody has that problem, but what a problem to have.
Those custard pies look most delicious.
Yes, they're made from a recipe handed down from our dear Mama and her Mama before her.
It's still hard to decide, though.
Well, take your time, there's no hurry. Would you like a pie, sir? That'll be 1 silver coin, then.
Let me see if I have one.
Well, let me know if...
What a wonderful bluebird. It could almost make Graham happy again if it wasn't for his family. Graham could never catch the bluebird. Upon a fallen log sits a dashing young prince who looks very sad and confused.
Excuse me, young man. Sorry to bother you, but I couldn't help but notice you sitting there on that log. I was wondering if there was anything wrong.
Why, yes. As a matter of fact, there is. I've been searching everywhere for my fiancée. She's a beautiful princess with long golden tresses.
No, sorry, I haven't seen anyone like that.
That's what I figured. No one has seen her, I bet that old witch who lives in the dark forest had something to do with her disappearance.
I'll keep an eye out for her. If I see her, I'll let her know you're looking for her.
I would appreciate that. Well, I guess I'd better get back to looking for her. I'm not ever going to find her just sitting around here. Thanks for your concern.
Graham, watch out! A poisonous snake!
Sitting on a stool in front of his house, a young gnome happily plays with an exquisite marionette. Graham attempts to speak to the young gnome, but the boy seems to be very shy and doesn't answer.
Excuse me, sir. Oh, I'm terribly sorry to bother you. I was just noticing your son's marionette. It's very interesting. Where did you get it?
It's grandson, not son, and I made it for him. Why do you care?
I just wanted to comment on its artistry. It's very well done. I don't suppose it could be bought.
If it could, the price would be very steep. I reckon you couldn't afford it. Now, leave me and my grandson be. I don't.
A bully of a dog terrorizes the poor ants as he playfully digs at their large anthill.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm King Antony the Great. May I ask who you are?
Why, certainly. I'm King Graham of Daventry, and this is my friend Cedric. We're seeking a way to cross the great mountains to the ocean on the other side.
That is a very perilous undertaking. I wish you would reconsider. But if you shall not, in return for rescuing our home from that flea-bitten cur, I wish to offer you our help, if perchance you may ever need it.
Thank you very much, King Antony. Cedric and I appreciate your kind offer. We look forward to meeting you again.
The ants are too busy to engage in conversation with Graham. The ants don't seem to take kindly to uninvited trespassing. A swarm of bees buzz around a hole in a rotted old tree. It appears the bees have a hive inside the hole of the old dead tree. That wasn't a smart... Graham feels... That old witch. that old witch. A small pool of water has formed in the space between the two rocks. Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him. Sheer rock cliffs. The facade of a magnificent temple has been carved into the rocky cliffs by an unknown ancient civilization.
Open sesame!
The temple door won't open. Perhaps there's something missing.
Open sesame!
Carved stone. The hot sun and choking sands are taking their toll. Too late. Graham collapses and dies. The Too late. The
Don't worry.
scratch. That wasn't a... Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him. Uneasily, Graham reaches down and removes the old shoe from the desert sand. The worn old shoe is cracked and dry from the desert sun. Well, oh. The hot... Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him. A large clay jar full of water stands by the campfire. Ah, life-giving water. Assorted odds and ends clutter the inside of this small tent.
An intruder!
That wasn't a very smart move. The flaming Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies. Graham gives the wand a good Assorted odds and ends clutter the inside of this small tent. Assorted odds and ends.
An intruder!
That wasn't a very smart. The huts? Ah. A rope. Ah. Too bad. The huts? Ah.
Don't worry.
The ants aren't in. The bees could care less about it. Suddenly, Frantic squeakings alert Graham to a mangy cat. Graham watches with
I'm glad to see there was a way that we could be of help to you. Look here. We found a golden needle in the haystack. I'd like to present it to you. Perhaps you can find a use for it.
Why, thank you, King Antony. I'm honored.
Good luck in your travels, King Graham. And be careful.
this is a large golden needle. Secure within a small pen, a spotted cow quietly chews her cud. Secure within a small pen, a spotted cow quietly chews her cud.
Come on, come on.
While blocking.
How goes it with you, good fellow?
Not well, I'm afraid. This old wagon's always giving me trouble.
Can I help you in any way?
Thank you kindly, but I think I can handle it.
All right, then. Good luck.
Thanks. With this wagon, I'm gonna need it.
A prosperous-looking tailor shop occupies the town's main corner.
May I help you, sir?
I'm interested in buying something here.
Ah, let me show you some things. A fine piece of cloth. With this material, I could make you beautiful shirts. There isn't a more beautiful piece of fabric to be found anywhere. With this, I could make you the finest trousers you've ever had. Well, what do you think?
Well, right now I'm just looking. Thanks anyway.
Sure, sure. Whatever you say. I'm just here to help.
The tailor wouldn't find that suitable for his business.
My golden needle. Wherever did you find it?
It was in a haystack by the country inn.
By the inn? Oh, yes. I remember visiting there not long ago. Oh, vulgar man, that innkeeper. He has no scruples at all.
Well, I'm glad to see you've got your golden needle back. I wonder, could you possibly see fit to give me that wonderful cloak in exchange for it?
The cloak? Well, why not? It's yours. For the price of a golden needle.
Thank you, kind sir. I'm sure it will help me on my travel.
I'm sure it will. Good luck.
The busy tailor shop bustles with activity as Graham looks around with interest at all the tailor's wares.
You expect me to wear this?
The rude customer doesn't care to talk to Graham. An employee of the tailor, a friendly, good-looking young man, caters hopelessly to a disagreeable customer in the one dressing room.
Hello. Take a look around if you want, but we don't have any shoes to sell you right now. We sold our last finished pair yesterday. Our business ain't doing so good anymore, and we're getting too old to keep trying.
Is there anything I can do to help?
There ain't nothing you can do, short of buying us out. But like I said, if you want to look around, feel free.
Okay, thanks. You don't have any shoes for sale, huh?
That's right. No shoes at all. We're making a pair right now, but it'll take a while. We're not as fast as we used to be.
Oh, that's okay. My own boots should carry me through the rest of my journey.
Sorry, son. We're doing the best we can.
The old shoemaker wearily hammers tiny nails in a shoe sole. He doesn't even seem to notice Graham. The weary old woman has no interest in it. The shoemaker isn't even paying any attention to Graham. The shoemaker, the weary. Here it is much too warm to be wearing a heavy cloak. Graham notices a shiny silver coin. Bending down, Graham quickly retrieves the silver coin from the street. It is but a common silver coin.
Welcome back to our bakehouse.
Sir, I would like to purchase one of your custard pies. I've got it right here.
I hope you enjoy your custard pie.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
The custard pie looks delicious. Graham. The bees could care less about. The old wand doesn't seem to have any vitality left in it. Here it is much too warm to be wearing. Here it is much too warm to
Have you previously played?
Don't be wait. Well,
Here it is. That won't convince the snake to leave. That won't convince the snake to leave. That won't convince the snake.
Oh, no, you keep it, Graham. It's much too hard to fly and carry things at the same time.
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and
It's you again, is it? We still don't have any shoes for sale.
the weary old woman has no interest in it. The weary old woman has no interest in it.
Welcome back.
Here it is much too Graham gives the... Graham... Graham... Graham...
Ooh, I'll wait for you out.
The side...
Hey, boss! This guy looks like a real troublemaker. What do you want me to do with him?
Rub 'em out.
Struggle as he might, Graham could not escape his bonds. Don't worry, Graham.
Don't.
Graham...
That is not a gold coin.
Life... Here it is much too warm to be... From across the desert sand...
him!
Never trust a bad... From across...
Open sesame!
Open sesame! Open sesame!
The temple door won't open. Perhaps there's something missing. Graham... Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him. The huts... Ah, the hut... Ah, the hut... Ah, Phew! Holding his nose against the drunken bandit's pungent odor, Graham quickly searches him, but doesn't find anything of importance. Here it is much too warm. Taking care to be very quiet, Graham reaches out and takes the staff into his possession.
Who are you? A spy!
That wasn't a very... Taking care... Ah. Disturb... Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel... The scorching sun burns down on the dry desert as Graham struggles through the hot sand. He looks around, but all he can see is more desert. The hot... Ah.
Open sesame! Oh no! The staff broke.
Quickly, Graham grabs the old brass bottle. This is an old, tarnished brass bottle. Oh my, look at all this treasure. Hurry, the exit door is about to close. Cheer up, Graham, at least... Quickly, a single gold coin. Bending, hurry, the exit door is about to close. The staff... This is... Ah.
Well, there you are.
Don't worry.
You may see Madame Mushka now.
Warning: this cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information or clues to complete this game. Please be sure to check your inventory if you decide to skip.
So, you are here to see Madame Mushka, no? Well, come closer. Sit down. I will tell you your fortune. Already I can tell that you are on a quest of great urgency. We will see what we can find out for you. Look, Ingram. Look into the crystal ball.
Look, Mananan, look what I have for you. Take a good look at what you did to my brother, Alexander. Because of you, he's doomed to spend the rest of his days as a cat, and there's nothing I can do about it. But you can do something about it. Since you're the one that did this to him, you're the only one who can turn him back again. Back to the wizard Mananan.
Alexander!
I don't know how, Mordak. I'm not a wizard. I just happened to stumble across some magic spells and accidentally turned your brother into a cat. I didn't mean it. Please believe me, Mordak. I don't know how to turn him back into a wizard.
You're holding out on me, little man. You're taking advantage of my good nature, but not for long. If I don't get a change of tune from you soon, I'll feed your family to the cat, starting with your dear mother. Remember what I said. I'll only give you a little more time to decide before your family becomes cat food.
That is all. But I see that your mission is very dangerous indeed. I will give you something to help you. Here, wear this. It is a magic amulet. It will protect you against all but the most powerful magic. Good luck, King Ram. Be careful. That Mordek is a bad one.
Thank you, Madame Mushka.
I don't want any of your things. All I need is my stolen heart brought back to me.
This is an old, tarnished brass bottle. Curious. That great. That
May I help?
Graham sees no.
It's you again.
The dog. The weary. The shoemaker is.
Welcome back to...
Graham all. Graham. Graham. The end.
I don't like strangers trespassing. I don't.
The young no.
I don't.
The young no.
I don't take charity.
The young.
I don't. I don't.
The.
I don't. I. I don't. I don't.
There's. In a nearby tree trunk, an old wound has created a perfect bird bath. Graham gives the wand a good... The old log doesn't look interesting enough to... Graham.
Ah, freedom at last! Now you spend the next 500 years in a bottle.
Graham should know better than to keep things bottled up inside.
Let's get a move on, Graham. There isn't anything here.
Sitting on a stool in front of his house, a young gnome happily plays with an exquisite marionette.
I don't like strangers trespassing in my house. I don't... I ain't... Well, I ain't... I don't... I don't...
That was the best custard pie Graham has ever eaten. This is an old...
I don't...
Ah, freedom at last! Now you spend the next 500 years in a bottle.
Graham should know better than to keep things bottled up inside.
You may see Madame Mushka now.
Warning: this cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information or clues to complete this game. Please be sure to check your inventory if you decide to skip.
So, you are here to see Madame Mushka, no? Well, come closer. Sit down. I will tell you your fortune. Already I can tell that you are on a quest of great urgency. We will see what we can find out for you. Look, Ingram. Look into the crystal ball.
Look, Mananan, look what I have for you. Take a good look at what you did to my brother, Alexander. Because of you, he's doomed to spend the rest of his days as a cat, and there's nothing I can do about it. But you can do something about it. Since you're the one that did this to him, you're the only one who can turn him back again. Back to the wizard Mananan.
Alexander!
I don't know how, Mordak. I'm not a wizard. I just happened to stumble across some magic spells and accidentally turned your brother into a cat. I didn't mean it. Please believe me, Mordak. I don't know how to turn him back into a wizard.
You're holding out on me, little man. You're taking advantage of my good nature, but not for long. If I don't get a change of tune from you soon, I'll feed your family to the cat, starting with your dear mother. Remember what I said. I'll only give you a little more time to decide before your family becomes cat food.
That is all. But I see that your mission is very dangerous indeed. I will give you something to help you. Here, wear this. It is a magic amulet. It will protect you against all but the most powerful magic. Good luck, Ingram. Be careful. That Mordek is a bad one.
Thank you, Madame Mushka.
The magic amulet begins to glow softly as Graham slips it over his head. He then carefully tucks the amulet into the front of his tunic, hiding it from sight. To Graham,
What are you doing in my forest, young man? Don't you know you're trespassing?
Oh, I didn't know this was a private forest. Do you own it?
Of course I own it. It's mine. And what did you do to my magic? Huh?
I don't think you need to know. Now tell me something. How does one leave this confusing forest?
I'll never tell. I'm afraid you're stuck, dearie. Now you're my prisoner.
We'll see about that.
Yes, won't we?
A small door built into the trunk of a large twisted tree catches Graham's attention. Graham tugs firmly on the door in the tree, but finds it securely locked. Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies. It won't help with the small.
What's this?
Ah, freedom at last! Now you spend the next 500 years in a bottle.
Good. That old witch won't be seen here for a long time. But now, how to get out of this dreadful forest?
Graham tugs firmly on the door in the tree, but finds it securely locked. Well, a small leather pouch is tucked away in the drawer. A small leather pouch is tucked. Graham reaches the drawer and removes the leather pouch. The small leather pouch is drawn tightly closed. A small, intricate spinning wheel is put away in the trunk. A small, intricate spinning wheel is put away in the trunk. A small, intricate spinning wheel is put away in the trunk. Reaching a hand into the trunk, Graham retrieves the small spinning wheel. This appears. What's this? Why, it's a little key. The Well, Graham finds that the little key fits perfectly in this lock. Graham is charmed to find a little golden heart inside the door of the twisted old tree. Graham is charmed to find a little golden heart inside the door of the twisted old. Reaching into the little door of the tree, Graham extracts the little golden heart. Here it is. Well, 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 Graham is already wearing the amulet. A set of stone steps, much too narrow for Graham's larger body, wind precariously upward in the back of the room. The winding step. The small leather pouch is drawn tightly closed. Upon opening the leather pouch, Graham discovers 3 sparkling emeralds. The trio of sparkling emeralds dazzle the eyes. The trio of sparkling Graham. Here it is much too warm. The pouch is already open. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, Graham is all thumbs when it comes to operating a spinning wheel. Well, 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 Graham is already wearing the trio of spark. It is a tiny. This appears. There is Well, well, there is. There is. An interesting Well, it looks like to Graham's great well, the dark, the well, it looks like Graham will be hanging around here for a while. Strange plants and animals inhabit this dark and dreary place, while thin rays of sunlight barely break the surface of the forest's thick foliage. Well, the small creatures, whoever they are, don't seem to show any interest in it. Well, 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 Upon opening the leather pouch, Graham discovers the custard pie looks delicious. The leather pouch contains three beautiful tree.
Madam Mushka ist...
Don't. Don't worry.
The
I don't. I don't. I don't. I. I.
The town...
Nice day.
Good day.
Look out! How do you...
Come on in, look around. Let me know if you're interested in anything.
This is a fine little toy shop you have here. You must be very proud.
Danke, son. I've worked very hard at it over the years. But you know, you need to really love it. And I do.
Are most of these toys your creations?
Yeah, most of them. But not all. Some my son made, some I bought, some I traded for.
You're very talented.
Danke, danke. Well, let me know if I can help you. If it's not in by tomorrow, I'll send you to the sawmill.
Okay, Papa?
Graham gives the wand a good shake. Graham... A pet goldfish swims endlessly around in its fishbowl.
Ja, mein darling?
Can I keep this doll? I really like her.
Now, Katrina, you know these toys are for sale for other kinder. Besides, you've got plenty of dolls. You can play mid-air, but just be careful.
All right, Grandpapa. I'll take care of her.
A little... The toy maker wouldn't find that suitable for his business.
That's a fine sled, isn't it? Any child would love to have it.
Yes, I was just admiring the workmanship.
Danke. If you'd like to buy it, let me know.
The toy maker wouldn't find... The little girl is more interested in her doll. She pays no attention to Graham. Graham gives the wand a good shake. Graham gives the... The toy maker would... A pet... The old toy maker gives Graham the courtesy to look around the shop without pestering him. The little girl seems happy enough playing with the doll. She needs nothing more. The back door is for employees only. The old toy maker...
Papa, where did you put those new doll clothes Mama made?
Look in the trunk upstairs. I think I put them there.
I'll do that.
It's you.
The old shoemaker... interest in it. So as not to upset the poor woman further, Graham politely decides not to question her again. The old dog. This old dog doesn't appeal to Graham.
May I help?
Graham sees the rude customer doesn't care. The young man, not wishing Graham.
I don't like this at all.
Here it is much too warm to be wearing.
You expect me to wear this?
Come on in, look around. Let me know if you're interested in anything.
Papa, Mama wants you to know that it is almost lunchtime.
Okay, son. Tell her I'll be in soon.
Grandpapa,
Yeah, my darling?
can I keep this doll? I really like her.
Now, Katrina, you know these toys are for sale for other kinder. Besides, you've got plenty of dolls.
All right, Grandpapa. I'll take care of her.
That's
Yes.
done.
The little sled is captured. The little girl. The little. A pet gold. Inside the barrel, Graham leans way down into the barrel and removes, phew.
I am Queen Beatrice. In return, I offer you a luscious honeycomb from our hive. Please feel free to retrieve one. I promise my bees won't harm you. It may come in handy on your travels.
Graham reaches a hand into the beehive and retrieves a very sticky chunk of honeycomb. Honey drips at the edges of the honeycomb chunk. Graham is...
What's this?
Ah, freedom at last! Now you spend the next 500 years in a bottle.
Good.
A small... Reaching... Upon opening the leather pouch, Graham discovers...
Please, let me go. I beg of you.
Why should I do that? What will you do for me?
I'll show you the way out of the forest, if you let me go.
How do I know I can trust you?
I give you my word. An elf never breaks his word.
Well, it's against my better judgment, but okay.
Move over, Rocky. You're in our way.
Sorry.
Follow me. In here.
Warning, this cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information or
Hey, over here. I've got something for you. I never take anything without giving in return. For your generosity in giving me those exquisite emeralds, I give you my finest pair of shoes. May they help you in your quest. Follow that passage over there. It's the way out of the dark forest.
Thank you very much for all your help. I'm sure I'll be able to find a use for these fine shoes.
Oh, I'm glad.
You were right not to want to venture in that dark forest.
This is the finest pair of shoes Graham has ever seen, although a bit small for his feet. Graham carries a softened lump of beeswax. Graham carries a softened lump of beeswax. Graham finds that the little key fits perfectly in this lock. Graham reaching. Even though these are a very fine pair of shoes, that wasn't a... Graham finds that the little key fits perfectly in this lock. Graham, reaching in,
Warning, this...
Hey! Over here! I've got something for you! I never take anything without giving in return. For your generosity in giving me those exquisite emeralds, I give you my finest pair of shoes. May they help you in your quest. Follow that passage over there. It's the way out of the dark forest.
Thank you very much for all your help. I'm sure I'll be able to find a use for these fine shoes. You were right.
My heart, you... I don't need this old thing anymore. Look at me, I'm a princess again. Herbert!
Alicia. Where have you been all this time, my love?
Oh, darling, just take me home. I'll tell you on the way.
Now, why would she toss aside this beautiful harp? Well, if she doesn't want it, I'll take it.
Not seeing the tambourine's owner, Graham bends down and rescues it from the ground. It is an ordinary tambourine.
I don't take charity, young man.
The young gnome is too bashful to respond.
I don't.
Graham carries a softened lump of beeswax.
I don't. Where did you get this? I thought I had lost it.
Oh, is it yours? I found it in the old witch's house in the dark forest.
So that's where it got to. The old hag took it, eh? You know, this ain't an ordinary spinning wheel.
It's not? Well, what's so special about it?
Why, this spinning wheel can spin straw into gold, that's what. Except you gotta know who to use it. I doubt even the witch could figure that out. Thank you for bringing it back to me.
Now wait, not so fast. How about that marionette? Don't you think the price of the spinning wheel is worth at least twice that of the puppet? I'd love to have it.
Yeah, I guess so. Boy, give that marionette to the man here. I'll make you a new one. Come on, boy. Let's gather up some wood for a new puppet.
Graham tries to open the small door, but finds it securely locked. That
Begone, you slithery varmint! Scat!
It's you.
What have we here? Mama, take those shoes from the young man. Let me see them. These are the finest pair of shoes I've ever seen. The leather is soft and pliable, yet sturdy. The craftsmanship of these shoes are superb. And Mama, look at the solid gold buckle. Why, I could retire from the sale of these shoes.
Then the shoes are yours. I don't think I could find a better use for them.
You are a godsend, young man. How can we ever repay you?
You don't need to repay me. Just knowing I helped you is enough for me.
Well, it ain't much, but it's all I've got to give. Here, take my cobbler's hammer. Perhaps you can find a use for it. Since I'll be retiring, I won't need it anymore, thanks to you.
Why, thank you. A hammer could be very useful on my journey.
Take care, young man. We'll never forget this.
That's right, son. We'll finally be able to retire in comfort. You'll be in our hearts from now on. Come on, Mama, let's go home. Let's celebrate our good fortune.
Come on in. That's a...
Grandpa?
Ja, mein Darling?
Can I keep this doll? I really like her.
Now, Katrina, you know these toys are for sale for other kinder.
All right, Grandpapa. I'll take care of her.
The little girl seems only to care about the doll she is playing with.
Wo did you get this wunderbar marionette? The craftsmanship is excellent.
Well, I don't know if you'll believe me or not, but I got it from a little gnome.
I must have it. Can I buy it from you?
Actually, you may have it if you'll give me the sled in trade.
Why, of course. But I must tell you, I think I'm getting the better deal. I can always make another sled, but finding another marionette of this quality... Ich weiß nicht.
So, can I have the sled?
Ja, take it, it's yours.
Thank you very...
Well, you enjoy it, and danke for the marionette.
A few hours later, Graham begins to shiver at the sudden drop in temperature. Graham dons his warm cloak for protection against the freezing mountain air. Cedric is too busy looking. Whoop! The icy... Well, the tree branch looks interesting. The remains of an old tree poke out of the mountainside near an upper ledge. Graham notices a rock overhang near an upper ledge. Having learned to play the harp long ago, Graham now plays beautifully. Cedric seems to be quietly contemplating their current situation. The remains of an old tree poke out of the mountainside near an upper ledge. The
Diana's full.
Hey, boss, this guy looks like a real troublemaker. What do you want me to do with him?
Rub 'em out.
Struggle as he might, Graham could not escape his bonds. Don't worry, Graham. The innkeeper will soon put you out of your misery.
Welcome.
Graham, the cat.
That's...
Welcome back.
The Baker brothers seem to have a pet, a large, mangy cat. The cat doesn't look very... The cat is much too lazy to care. Carefully, Graham searches through the haystack, but doesn't see anything of importance. Ah,
Don't worry.
The hut. Ah. The hut. Ah. The hot sun and choking sands are taking their toll on Graham. He must drink.
Don't.
Upon a fallen.
What that I
Set.
Wow! Oh, thank you, good sir. You saved my life. My children and I will never forget your kindness. Maybe someday I'll be able to return the favor. Oh, I hear my children calling. Goodbye, until we meet again.
You know, Diana's full, ain't got no more rooms.
Hey, boss, this guy looks like a real troublemaker. What do you want me to do with him?
Rub 'em out.
Struggle as he might, Graham could not escape his bonds.
I told you I'd repay your kindness when you saved me from that horrible cat. Good luck, friends.
Graham stoops down and... A good strong rope is a handy item. A rusty padlock. Graham gives... A rusty padlock securing the door prevents Graham from leaving the cellar.